thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Why I Love Flagler County, your local podcast spotlighting local businesses and local residents about what they love about Flagler County. So today I'm super excited to have my guest, Miss Alicia, with us today. Alicia, thank you so much for the time today. I really appreciate it.
You, Macy. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Of course. Well, Alicia and I met not too long ago. We met at one of the professional women of Flagler County. We had a speed networking kind of thing going on. That was a really fun event for me. It went by really, really fast, and I think that was definitely on purpose, but it was super great to get to know so many women so quickly. And yeah, so thank you so much for coming on. I'm really excited. So you yourself, you personally don't live in Flagler, but you live around here and you of course work here in Flagler. So I'd love for you to kind of kick it off and let me know a little bit about your journey kind of coming here to Flagler, finding this area, and how has that been for you?
Of course, yes. So, like I said, I'm excited to be here. My name is Alicia Ramirez. I'm a financial center manager for Bank of America in the Palm Coast area. So, I was actually born and raised in Florida, which is very rare.
Yeah.
That I hear that is very rare. But I was actually born in DeLand, which is right here down the road.
Wow.
Yes. And I grew up in Pearson, which is a small town in Volusia County, and I work here. So, I mean, ever since I can remember, my dad would take us fishing on Sundays, almost every Sunday to Flagler Beach. So I've been coming there before there was a Target, before there was anything, nothing but pine trees on both sides. So I've been here for a while.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is so cool to hear. And I've had so many people actually on recently that have been here since like 90s or early 2000s. I actually just got off a call with a gentleman. He's been here since 2004.
Wow.
And it's been so cool. I didn't realize there were so many people native not only to Florida but to this area. And it's so awesome here. Like I know of like the one stoplight on Belterre. Someone mentioned there only used to be like one lane each on Belterre and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's so cool that now I drive and I'm like, I'm trying to imagine how it used to look. And I'm like, that's insane. I'm sure it must have been insane for you to kind of witness this slow but
Yeah.
very fast change.
Very fast change. And yeah, it's sometimes, it's a little bit sad, but that was our spot. I have a lot of great memories of our fishing days. So yes, Flagler County definitely is close and dear to my heart for sure.
Yeah. I think Flagler, though it has grown, it's still, I think, I would like to think it remains a little bit of its small town charm.
Yeah.
And the reason I feel that is because every time I go to Flagler, which is quite often, I never have to really worry about parking. And I feel like that alone makes me want to like keep it as hidden as possible because I'm like, I don't have
Exactly.
to worry about how much it's gonna be today or where I'm gonna find it or anything like that. Like that's never been a worry, unless there's like a huge event, but that's
Yeah. Yeah.
different. But
Definitely.
that's awesome that you guys have that memory growing up. There's
Yes.
nothing more special than having those types of routines as a child.
Yeah.
Um, Pivoting just a little bit, you mentioned that, you work with Bank of America and you have a really cool program that you kind of want to talk about. So I'll let you take that away and go into that. And then if I have any
Yeah.
questions, I'll chime in.
Of course, yeah. So, like I said, I am a financial center manager for Bank of America in the Palm Coast area, and I have been with Bank of America for 17 years. And
Wow.
yes, a long time. I started when I was 12. Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't tell my age here. But no, it's been 17 years, and basically my main job here is to help my clients reach their financial goals. And I'm also a Better Money Habits champion. And so what basically do is I go out into the community and provide financial literacy and help my Palm Coast residents become confident in navigating their financial lives. So that's what I do. The Better Money Habits in 2016. The Bank of America Charitable Foundation launched Better Money Habits Champions, which is employee volunteers like me, and we deliver Better Money Habits financial education content to individuals and families directly and through our nonprofit partners as well. So this program, Better Money Habits, is a program that we offer and it's free, easy to understand tools, provides resources that are available to everyone. It helps people make sense of their money and it helps them take action to improve their financial picture. So yes, it's an awesome program.
Yeah, and I love the title for that because I think a really big part of that obviously is, the habit building process of this. Like
Mhm.
I hope a lot of people understand by now that change doesn't happen overnight. It's not like, oh, the tax person comes in and, puts all that money in order, so now I'm free for the rest of my life. I'm gonna be good. And it's like, no, that's not
I
how it
wish it were
works.
that easy.
Right? Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be amazing? Just one person comes in, cleans it up, and then you're set for life. That would be
Yes.
perfect. But again, I really love the emphasis of the habits part. Is there any like one quick tip that you could give people to kind of give them a little taste of how the program works? Just something small that they can start with.
For sure. And just to give you some statistics here, so a report from the National Financial Education Educators Council shows that 38% of individuals in recent surveys said that their lack of financial literacy cost them at least $500 back in 2022, including 15% who said that set them back by $10,000 or more. So that's
Mm,
up, about 11% since 2021. So there's definitely room for education there when it comes, being that also that, that's not a big topic in school either, how your credit works and all that. So, I mean, and studies show that financial literacy, which generally means understanding money topics ranging from income, budgeting, savings, and investing, as well as how interest rates work, and why credit scores matter, is it's basically lacking among many US adults. And because like I said, that's not something that's really educated, and it's such an important part. As you go into adulthood and you go out into the real world, it is kind of scary sometimes.
yeah.
My family is fortunate that they have me, that I can navigate through them, but I find a lot of my clients don't have, somebody to navigate, and that's why I love this program. I love that I'm a champion because I can share my knowledge and it's free, and nothing but great outcomes can come of it.
Yeah, I really love that emphasis because it's really not taught in schools like you mentioned. I mean, I have a lot of friends, not to age myself, I guess, but a lot of us, in high school, when we were in high school, and going into college, that's the number one problem that a lot of us are facing. A lot of my friends are facing is that they know that there's something they have to learn. They just don't know where to start. They don't know how to find the information. They don't know how to find reliable information too. Because, you can Google search anything, but how well can you trust a random forum post or a random YouTube video with like 5 views? It's like that's hard. So that's why, you have someone like you, Alicia, to kind of step in and help them be that guide and show them what their options are and how they can kind of map their future and set them up for success.
Yeah, exactly. And our better money habits, there's so many tools and resources, like I mentioned before with this program. But when I do my better money habits presentation, I discuss some practical tips to help people improve, manage their money. For example, we cover several topics that will help put better money habits in place, including putting together a spending plan, setting aside emergency funds, making the most of their paychecks, protecting their money from fraud and other financial scams. So yeah, that's basically when I go out and I do my events. That's basically what we typically cover.
Hmm.
If, for example, I did a senior citizen group not too long ago, and with them, I focus more on scams.
Yeah.
Making sure be careful of fraud and scams. And then when I did a small business event for Better Money Habits, and of course I talk about more of a small business. So depending on where I'm hosting the event, if it's students, of course I'm going to talk about credit and budgeting and all that. So I tailor it to whatever the event is, but that's pretty much the gist of it. And there's basically 3 modules. It takes the whole event could take anywhere between 20 to 40 minutes. Talk about budgeting and banking basics, which includes how to manage debt, financial stress, banking basics, emergency funds. The second one is income and paychecks, understanding how to make the most out of your paycheck, And the third one is financial safety, which I talked about, protecting yourself against fraud, identity theft, and how to stay financially safe.
Yeah, I think the fraud part is really important because, it's easy for, maybe my generation. It's like, oh, we would never fall for a scam. And it's like sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes these things come out of nowhere and then you don't know how to handle it. Like recently, my family had a fraud problem. And thankfully, we were able to solve that and dispute it and all of that great stuff. But we did all the things right. We don't buy any shady websites, we don't do
Mhm.
anything like that. And still there was like this charge that we were like, it was a small one and we caught it, but it was like
Yeah.
these things can happen. And unless you're looking out, you're double checking your statements, you're just making sure you're going through and making this is all verified and real claims that I've made. It can be hard to kind of they're
Mhm.
getting sneakier and sneakier with how technology
Every
is, you
day.
know.
Like I said, I've seen a thing or two, but every day is something new. And I am just in awe on how these scammers are so, I mean, they're very smart, first of all, and they prey more on the elderly too,
Yes.
on people that are going through major life events. So yes, it's very definitely have to be aware of everything that's going on, especially making sure that you're going into your online banking, making sure you're checking everything out, make sure it's safe.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned a little bit about events and that you host them. So I'd love to know what is the best way someone can, number one, reach out and learn more, and then also possibly book you for an event or talk to you if that's a possibility.
Yes, of course. I will definitely, I'm in right now, I am in the Palm Coast Financial Center at Bank of America, which is the Belterre on Belterre Parkway. I am here, and of course, I'm going to be at Old Kings Road, our Bank of America on Old Kings Road. So either financial center, I can provide you, I think we're gonna put it on the website,
Yep.
my phone number and my email. Definitely contact me directly. Like I said, I would love to, this is my passion. I love hosting these type of events and, yeah, people can get a hold of me that way. Email is the best, but also there is a link also that takes you to Better Money Habits and how you can tailor it to your own habits of what you want to
Yeah.
accomplish.
Of
Yes,
course, yes, because you mentioned that as given the demographic, you can make it a little bit more personalized, give them the exact information they want and they need is the
exactly.
really important part. So again, like Alicia mentioned, I'll make sure I have all that information in the description so people can copy and paste it, click on it, just a little bit easier, save it to their phone if they need. Would definitely recommend because like I mentioned, it's the building habits part that is the most important. And it's hard to build these habits if you just don't know where to start, which is a very common problem. And it's not a bad thing to not know because that's why we have people like Alicia to call on.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes,
Of
yes,
course. Def
definitely.
Yeah, well, Alicia, thank you so much for the time today. It's been such a pleasure, and you gave so much great information on how, we can all learn to be a little bit better with our finances. Just the small things start to add up over time, and that can really impact, our legacy with our history of what's it called? With our financial history. So, thank you
Yes.
so much for the time today. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Of
you.
course. And to everyone listening, I really appreciate you as well, and I will see you next time.
Yes, thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye.